Hello, this is Trish Schwenkler, and I'm here today with some tips on how to effectively invite people to learn about ASEA. So many people, when they join ASEA, they say, what should I do? What should I say? I love these products. I love this company. How do I introduce my friends and people that I know to ASEA? Watch the videos on this page and you will learn what to do. You will also learn what to say. As you watch the videos, take notes, listen over and over again. Make what these people say your own. Learn from real people who have gotten real results, and you will learn how to share ASEA with others very effectively. Our A-Lift system includes the 5 core competencies needed for building your ASEA business. A stands for attitude, L stands for list, I stands for invite and use a tool, F stands for follow up and collect the decision, and T stands for teach your team to do the same. Today we are going to focus on step number 3 in the A-Lift system, invite and use a tool. Before I get started, I'd like to talk about Eric Worre's book called Go Pro, 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. I love this book and I respect Eric Worre. I recommend his book to anyone who wants to be successful in network marketing. But I disagree with some of his advice in Chapter 5, Inviting Prospects. Eric tells people to act like they're in a hurry when inviting people. But my advice, based on 23 years of successful network marketing, is don't be in a hurry. Take your time with people. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I love John K. Lynch's advice, who wrote Being the Best You Can Be in MLM. He said, if you want to make $1 million, forget about the $1 million and just focus on making 1 million friends. So when you're inviting people to take a look at ASEA, make sure that you're having a conversation and that you are not giving a presentation. Later will come the time for the presentation. This is the time for the conversation. So the correct formula for a conversation is to tell a little bit, ask questions, be quiet and listen, which is usually the hardest thing to do. And very important, discipline yourself to end your statements with questions. Things like, does that sound interesting to you? Does that make sense to you? Is that something that you'd like to learn more about? By slowing down and asking these questions, you are taking their temperature and you are being respectful because you are asking their permission to move forward. In this presentation, we are going to discuss various methods that are used to invite people to learn about ASEA. You can invite by text, by phone, in person, by email, on Facebook, etc. So before you begin to invite anyone, learn to tell your 1-minute story effectively. We all know that facts tell, but stories sell. What most people have is their 10-minute ASEA story. And by the time they're done telling it, people are so bored with all the details that a lot of times they don't want to know anymore. So it's super important to be brief, be brilliant, be gone. Tell people in a nutshell what life was like for you before you found ASEA and what changed for you after you discovered ASEA. This could be a product experience. It could be a business story. It could be living a life filled with more mission and purpose. Whatever your story is, it is your story. Email is not an effective way to invite people. We all know that it's easy to ignore, easy to delete. It often goes to junk. Email is pretty much dead except for follow-up. And we all know that links often get lost in cyberspace. So if you send someone a link, you sometimes get into a never-ending, depressing cycle of follow-up, trying to get people to watch the video. You can watch April Yuan's video below to find out what her sponsor did to get her attention and why email did not work. Now, this is a very effective way of inviting people, and in fact, it is the one that I almost always use. So it is to invite people by phone. So if you ring someone up, in scenario 1, your friend answers. Fantastic. You are going to have a conversation with them. In scenario 2, your friend does not answer. So you make a decision to continue calling until your friend actually picks up the phone. In scenario 3, you decide that you're going to leave a voicemail. You can watch my video below, as well as Danny Doyle's video below, to learn more about how to invite by phone. A very effective way is to invite by text. Your objective by sending a text is to set up a time to talk with them on the phone, or to set a time to meet with them, either live or on Zoom. Your objective is not to tell the whole story, and it is certainly not to sell them something on the spot. Here are some examples of effective texts. Can we chat for a few minutes? In fact, someone sent me this very text a few days ago, and what did I do? As soon as I could, I called him back. Guess what? He had called to tell me about his network marketing company, but gee whiz, he sure got my attention, and I surely did call him back. Here's one that's used frequently in Australia, where they have a lot of in-home meetings. Learn how to relieve stress, aches, sore joints, skin issues, look and feel younger. I'm having a demonstration at my house. Will you come? Guess what? Some people are going to text you back and say, well, maybe that sounds interesting to me. What time are you having your demonstration at your house? Here's another one. Send a before and after picture of yourself or someone else. Tell a short story. Something like, my wrinkles disappeared, my skin condition improved, I don't hurt anymore. This is amazing. Can I share it with you? Now notice in the text you are always asking a question, expecting a reply. Learn more from Dr. Maureen Hayes in the video below about the effectiveness of inviting by text. Also very effective, if you use Facebook, is to post your own ASEA story. You can also post your own or other before and after pictures, as well as additional ASEA information. And guess what? Some of your Facebook friends will want to know more. Ellen Welk in the video below shows you how she has effectively invited people to learn about ASEA via Facebook. Now, this is a super effective way to invite, one that I have used many, many, many times in my 23 years of network marketing. So when you run into someone unexpectedly, or when you meet someone at work or at the gym, or especially when you meet a new friend, we call this the 3-foot rule. What is the 3-foot rule? If you're 3 feet from someone, you are going to share your product and your opportunity. And if they're not within 3 feet, well, you are just going to move a little bit closer. You're going to ask questions in order to start a conversation. Your goal is to be a friend, not a salesperson. And you're going to learn great tips about how to invite in person from Australia's top enrollers, Tom and Mel Croucher, in the video below. Now, in all of these methods of inviting, your goal is to set the appointment. You want to get together with them so you can give them a demonstration and show them the power of redox molecules. Of course, there are many places that you can meet. You can meet at your home or their home. You can meet at a Starbucks. You can invite them to a larger meeting if one is taking place in your area. Many people do Zoom conferences that you can invite them to. You can invite them into a 3-way conference call. I frequently 3-way someone into the first part of the charge-up call so that they can listen to the testimony. You could give them a CD to listen to in their car. Currently, we don't have a lot of CDs, but this year in 2017, it is our goal to provide some great CDs for you all. Now, I am a very fortunate person who sponsored Denny Robinson, who is now an ASEA Triple Diamond Ambassador. When I sponsored her, I called her on the phone and I invited her to meet me on a conference call, which she did. She got on the conference call for a half an hour. After the conference call, she told me, I get it. I understand this cellular health because of a health challenge that my daughter had many years ago. Now, we don't have as many conference calls today. That was 7 years ago. But now we have a lot of Zoom meetings that you can invite people to. And sometimes we have conference calls as well. So again, the objective is to set the appointment so that you know someone will show up for it. I sponsored Bobby and Jerry Martin. They're currently ASEA Triple Diamonds. I called them on the phone. I asked them if I could come to their home and show them what this was all about. At their home, I told them a little bit about ASEA, and I got them on a 3-way phone call with my sponsor. Sean and Stacy Catmull are ASEA Platinums. I called them on the telephone. I said, look, I have something important I'd like to talk to you about. I'm going to be in the city where you live in a week. Can we meet at a restaurant? I'd love to take you out to lunch and discuss this. Dr. Stan and Christy Gardner are ASEA Diamonds. I called them on the phone. I met them at their house numerous times. I also invited them to an event, and ultimately they decided to join the ASEA family. When I'm setting the appointment, sometimes I will tell people, please don't say no until you really understand what it is that you are saying no to. I respect your decision if you ultimately decide you're not interested, but I'm asking you to take a half an hour to learn about this. It is the greatest health, athletic, and anti-aging breakthrough of our lifetime, and it could truly change your life or the life of someone you know. Does that make sense to you? Would you be willing to do that? Please watch the Len and Fiona Fry video below. Len and Fiona Fry are now ASEA Platinums. Again, I contacted them by phone and I invited them to a half an hour conference call. Do your best to get the commitment. Ask people to look at their calendar. When can we get together? When is the best time for you? The conference call or the Zoom meeting is on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Will that work for you this Tuesday? Would you be willing to meet me there? Can you carve out time in your schedule? Ask questions like that. Ask direct questions and wait for them to answer you. Always meet in person if possible, if they're local. If they're not, you can meet them on Zoom, which is the best, or on phone if they're not able to get on Zoom. Watch the Danny Doyle video below for a great example about how to get a commitment, how to set the appointment. Okay, let's talk a little bit about long distance. What if someone's far away and you can't meet with them? My advice is to leverage our great products. Mail them a sample tube of Renew 28. Possibly mail them an ASEA pouch as well. Always include a brochure or a redox booklet. You can find where to order these by going to the homepage of A-Team Support, clicking on frequently used websites, and going down to third-party websites, and you will find places to order these types of things. Tell the person you're going to send it to that you're going to put a gift in the mail. Ask them not to open it until you talk with them. Ask them to contact you as soon as they receive it. And after they receive it, use Dr. David Silverman's 3 in 5 technique. He recommends that you get on Zoom with them. You can watch his 3 in 5 video below and find out exactly what to do when your friend receives the products. What he will show you is that redox molecules, our Renew 28, is more than skin deep. You will ask them to identify an area of the body where there is discomfort, soreness, stress, tightness, or limited range of motion. You're going to ask them to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very bad. You're going to ask them to apply the redox gel 3 times in 5 minutes, and then you're going to ask them to rate the discomfort, soreness, stress, tightness, or limited range of motion again on a scale of 1 to 10. Watch and see what happens when people do this. Now, why did I mention the pouch? My friend Claire Fenton is an ASEA Gold executive. I invited her to come to one of my meetings right here in Boise, Idaho. I wanted to make sure that she got the ASEA information. After the meeting, I gave her a pouch of ASEA. I told her, you're not going to feel anything with this, but I just want you to take it home and see how it tastes. I didn't know it at the time, but Claire's daughter was experiencing some significant health challenges. She gave the pouch to her daughter drank it, and the very same day she drank the pouch, she noticed an improvement. So today, Claire is a Gold Associate with an organization in the United States, in the United Kingdom, in Europe, and now expanding to the Philippines. You never know where a pouch of product will take you. But make sure that people are educated about ASEA before you go giving products. Don't just hand product out willy-nilly. It's invite and use a tool. Use an education tool and also use a product tool. My friend Patty, who is now an ASEA Triple Diamond, I called her on the phone multiple times and she would not give me the time of day. Now, back in those days, we didn't have Renew 28 and we didn't have the sports pouches. I wouldn't recommend this in most cases, but I sent an entire case of product to Patty Ward. Patty ended up drinking the product. She found that she was sleeping better. She was suffering from some mood issues. She found that her mood improved, and the rest is history. So some people say, what should I lead with? Well, some people prefer to lead with the business, and this can work very well. If you are a person who has had previous business success, I would recommend that you leverage your credibility, and especially if you have influence with other MLM network marketing leaders. However, most people do not have that type of experience, and most people prefer to lead with the products. Most people can't leverage previous business success because they have not experienced that. And the main reason they joined ASEA is that they are passionate about the products. Now, my husband Bob and I are ASEA Presidential Diamonds. We have been in network marketing for 23 years. I originally joined my first network marketing company because I had a wonderful experience with the products. During my career, I have mostly led with the products. I have heard many network marketing leaders tell me, you cannot build a business by leading with the products. And now I can say to them, excuse me, but I have done just that. And I ended up making more money than most of them anyway. Some people say to me, if I lead with the products, well then where does the business come in? And how will I find business builders? So I say to you, what sets ASEA apart? What sets ASEA apart is our unique and effective products. Our job is to help people learn about ASEA, to educate them. And our job is also to help people experience the power of redox molecules. When they have a product experience, this will often open their minds and they will start to understand the power and the scope of the ASEA opportunity. So during the follow-up process, you are going to leverage additional tools to help people understand the power of the ASEA opportunity. You're going to use websites. You're going to invite them to events. You're going to use three-way calls, conference calls, Zoom meetings, etc. Danny and Suzanne Doyle are ASEA Triple Diamonds. Please watch Danny's incredible video below, the long one, the 17-minute one, and he will illustrate exactly how to take someone through the entire invite and use a tool process by using the phone to make the appointment, meeting at their home, applying Renew 28, and then using events as a follow-up tool to help them see the vast scope of the ASEA opportunity. By using this simple process, Danny Doyle sponsored Jeff and Akiko Woods, who are now ASEA Diamonds. You can also watch their story as part of Danny Doyle's video. Dr. Foster and Terry Melmet are now ASEA Triple Diamonds. Dr. Foster is a chiropractor. Terry was a personal trainer. Terry was suffering from a tick-borne illness. She had a wonderful experience with redox molecules, and because of that experience, they became open to the ASEA opportunity. Dr. Maureen Hayes is an ASEA Diamond. When her husband Joaquin experienced a wonderful improvement using redox molecules, Maureen decided to pursue the ASEA opportunity full-time instead of going back to practice as a physician. Nicole Dennis and Justin Phillips are ASEA Triple Diamonds. Justin was a former health store owner, and Nicole was a very successful project developer. As a result of their wonderful experiences with ASEA products, they have first worked ASEA part-time and then ended up becoming full-time ASEA associates. Harry and April won. April had a wonderful experience spraying redox molecules on her injured hand at a home meeting. Harry started using redox molecules and regained his health. Ultimately, they recognized the scope of the ASEA opportunity and have recently become the fastest ambassadors in ASEA history. So please recognize that your job is not to sell. Your job is to educate by using a tool so that people have enough information to make a good decision. Here are some great tools: before and after pictures, brochures, redox booklets, flip chart presentation. You can print out and make a flip chart by going to A-Team Support and clicking on presentations. Watch videos with people. The Redox Breakthrough, The Science of ASEA, or any of the amazing videos from amazingmolecules.com. Watch an online recording of a health professional webinar at www.healthprocall.info. Go to a home meeting together. If there's not one in your area, learn how to do your own home meeting by clicking on the Basic Activities square on the A-Team Support homepage. Go to a meeting in your area if one is available. Or again, you can start one yourself. Learn how to do a Discover ASEA meeting by clicking on the Basic Activities square on A-Team Support homepage. Go to an online Zoom presentation with your friend done by you, your upline, or your crossline. You can get slides to use on Zoom presentations or to use in meetings from A-Team Support by clicking on Presentations. Please send links mostly as follow-up tools, not as first look tools, unless you are 99.9% sure they will take time to look at them in the next day or two. And again, leverage our amazing tools. If you are meeting in person, offer them a 2-ounce sample of ASEA. Send sport pouches in the mail or give them after meetings if possible. Use spray gels, and most of all, most importantly, use our Redox Gel Renew 28, especially our wonderful little sample tubes. I want to tell you about my sponsor, Ellen Noble. When I was looking at ASEA, again, back in those days, we didn't have Renew 28 or the sports pouches. Ellen sent me a case of ASEA. I opened up the ASEA. My husband and I said, "This smells funny. It doesn't smell like anything healthy, and we don't think any of our friends will drink this." I got on the phone to tell Ellen I had made a decision not to join ASEA. But before I did so, I opened the bottle of ASEA and I drank 2 ounces. I don't quite know why I did that. I figured, well, it can't kill you, and the directions say to drink 2 ounces. I was talking to Ellen, and 20 minutes later, I didn't have a health issue, but I started to feel the chronic tension and stress in my neck and upper shoulders just melt away. And without that product experience, without the product that Ellen had sent me in the mail, I'm not sure that I would be here today. So feeling is believing. Help people experience the power of redox molecules. Not everyone will notice a difference, but a lot of people do. Of course, some will have more noticeable experiences than others, but when people have a product experience, do you think they are more likely to be interested in learning more? Of course, the answer is yes. Before I leave you today, I'd like to give you a tip. Please do not call ASEA the water. Please call it the redox supplement. We want people to understand that ASEA is not just another type of alkaline water or structured water. It is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement, different from anything else on the market, verified to contain trillions of balanced, stabilized, bioactive redox signaling molecules. It's important to have the right mindset. Of course, we have compassion for everyone, but we must be indifferent to their decision. My own philosophy is that some people have the consciousness to understand what ASEA is, and some people simply do not. So always be sincere. Be yourself. Don't try to sound like Ellen Noble or anyone else. It's okay if you're not perfect. Don't take yourself too seriously. No one is perfect. Relax, have fun, enjoy the process, and always remember, SW, SW, SW. Some will, some won't, so what, I will. Somewhere, someone is waiting, so wow. I was waiting for the ASEA products and the ASEA opportunity, and probably so were you. That's why you're watching this video today. On some level, you are looking and searching and open for ASEA to come into your life. And if you keep calm, and if you keep moving forward, and if you keep inviting people to learn about ASEA, Using our A-Lift system, you are going to build your ASEA business. You are going to master some simple skills. You are going to repeat them consistently, and then you are going to teach others to do the same, possibly by watching these videos so that they can learn how to effectively invite people to learn about ASEA. Thank you very much for spending this time with me today.